We can do this tomorrow. I want you guys to
It's
be west.
not I press record already. It's too late. We on.
We on.
You gotta stop
We
doing
on.
shit like that.
We recording. Fuck that. So welcome to another exclusive Patreon from Real Wize Production. What's going on, Brandy J, Papi Jae?
Oh, everything's lovely. Everything's great. Hello, Patreon. So it's a pleasure.
So today I want to discuss. I'm doing well. I actually want to discuss what's going on with Naomi Osaka and the mental stress she's going through right now. And for those of you who don't know who Naomi Osaka is, she is the young lady who is dominating tennis. She's half black and half Asian. And yeah, she was vilified when she battled Serena Williams and booed when she won. And this was a couple of years ago, and she still hasn't recovered from that.
That's a good topic.
It was. I watched that tennis match.
You watch tennis?
I think, huh? Yeah,
I said you watch tennis.
Yeah, when Serena is on before Osaka, I used to just watch all Serena games. Anytime she was on TV, I watch her game.
Yeah,
but she, it's the. I don't know why they made a big deal out of it. I don't know why she got fined. I mean, I know why she got fined because it's in the contract. But she did, after explaining why, like after this is what I'm saying, when people need a moment, when you shouldn't just expect the person to want to talk after a life event. That's something that they play tennis and it's their goal to win and it's their goal to be the best. So if I win or lose after an event, just give me a minute before I gotta talk. Don't just rush the mics in my face. They don't even get a chance to really embrace that they won everything, the moment. They don't get a chance to absorb the moment. They gotta go straight and get ready for fucking questions. Like how you're a champion, why you can't get a break before you gotta sit there and speak. I think it's stupid that all sports make uh, athletes speak after an intense game. Win or lose.
You get people to argue that say, oh, they're being paid to play these sports. They're being paid millions of dollars to play these sports. But that doesn't make them not less human. Like they're regular people just as us. I mean, they just play. They just have high profile positions.
Listen, there's no, even whether you get paid or not, there's still life things that people go through. So even as a millionaire, everybody. That don't mean everybody's just happy. There's mad cases where millionaires committed suicide. Nobody knows why. So everybody goes through something. Robin Williams, rest in peace.
Anthony Bourdain.
So when people, but we only view them as a character.
Yeah.
We don't view them as somebody that might be going through something. So when these gentlemen passed away, it's like, oh shit, he was going through something. He was struggling. You always want to talk about shit after the fact. So when somebody's in real time telling you that they're struggling, people question it.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear that somebody like Naomi is struggling.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear somebody that's poor is struggling. They don't want to hear somebody rich is struggling. They don't give a fuck about people. Like people, a lot of people don't give a fuck about people.
They don't.
As long
they just
as
want to hear about the drama.
As long as we satisfy their need.
Yeah.
So whatever a fan's need is, whatever the head of the tennis organization, whatever their needs are, as long as their needs is met, then we're doing good. So you are paying, somebody is getting paid to be
Okay, yes, but
an
now,
athlete.
but
They're
now,
also, people are also taking it like as they're getting paid to be my entertainment. You don't
okay,
got no
but
choice.
okay, but these businesses like these tennis corp, whatever, tennis WTA, whatever the fuck is there, they she's one of their major stars. Why would you try to alienate her? Why would you make her feel the way she felt? I'm saying she is one of your biggest stars. She
Because they don't want no more black stars.
she's replaced Serena as the top star, even though I think she's
There
ranked
you
number 2 in
go.
the world.
When I first learned about her, it was in that type of fashion where who I can't remember who the person was. This was like a while back. I didn't even know about this chick, but it was I was very intrigued because she beat so freaking Serena. But how they were presenting it to me was as if like she was cocky, or they were showing pictures like look at her, and then in my head I was like, I can't remember the exact conversation, but what I received from it, I was like, who knows? She probably has been trained all this time just for this one person. Just, you're gonna be the one. You're gonna be the one. You're gonna fucking take this shit, and you're gonna beat this person that has, you know what I mean, that has carried this, you know what I mean, this legend for so long. But it already was presented to me that way, and I can't remember what they were saying to make her seem as if she was somebody that was a plot, like a plan. Serena shit. Now that I'm hearing, now I can look more into it, how she's been vilified and everything, it makes a lot of sense to me. Because first of all, that's what sells. And then you said like, why would her people like, not support her and kind of put her in that box? I mean, how come when you think about it, like she went up against the champ, the one, you know what I mean? And so in my head, I was like, she probably all her life was probably like,
But
you're
but
gonna
it,
you're
it's
gonna go up against Serena and you're gonna get it. And then all of a sudden now she's the
but it's
bad guy.
funny though. It's funny though because when Venus and Serena was coming up, they were the bad girls. I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying because they were not the norm. They were
Right.
different. I'm saying you had these two young black ladies from Compton dominating basically a white sport.
To the point
So
where they
they
even was
were,
telling Serena how to dress.
yeah. So now look at now all these years later, Serena is the queen of tennis, and now this young lady comes, defeats her, and the fans boo her and vilify her.
Instead of congratulating her, yeah. For beating the,
Yeah,
the legend. Yeah.
instead of like, yo, this young girl has come and knocked down the queen. Congratulations, yo.
Yeah. I
And that
mean, she
was
worked
poor.
hard.
It was
Shit.
poor. It was poor. Everything about that shit was poor because you don't really get a lot of people booed in tennis.
Right.
That's
She's
not
black
the
and Asian,
norm.
correct?
Yeah,
Yes.
So
but
you
I
guys
mean,
ever think for a slight chance something in there might have just think about it. It's entertaining. That might have something to do with, not saying it's right or wrong, but think about how shit works. You know what I mean? We see it as you won, you sportsmanship. You know what I mean? Like to beat her, that means you're training. Whoever you was training with, the work you put in, you was doing the damn thing. Commend
but
you.
she ain't getting
Black and
so.
Asian, maybe that has a part to play in it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but think about how people's thinking are. Not very
But it's not even. It's not even
reasonable.
race. It's not even race. It's not even about race because
That for us, it's not.
she already she already clarified that she didn't speak after the game, the match, because of mental health. It's not
Right.
about any. It don't matter what color she was. Anybody that screamed mental
Exactly.
health, you got to back up. You got to give them
But that's
10
what I'm
feet.
saying. Maybe people's
So
thinking is that way though.
yeah, but it's still the main focus is mental health. Like
Right.
People
And
always
she's
talking
giving
mental
that
health when
support.
it's on when it benefits them. When it benefits
Exactly.
cause, people talk mental health. When somebody is telling you they struggling, nobody wants to believe it. So if I was her, like she said, that's why she withdrew from the match. That was just the
I,
first round. She won the first round, and then because she didn't speak, they fined her 15,000. Because she didn't speak, the shit is all over the news, which is making taking her mental health and adding more
right.
to it because
And
everybody's
no,
talking about it.
and
So
nobody cared.
she, she did what she was supposed to do. She said, "Fuck it, I
Yeah.
quit." Now she got a default on her record, but it
Right.
don't matter. But it don't, and that's what I'm saying. Why would you even default her? She's telling you she's
It,
struggling with something. Y'all still talking about it. Y'all making it front page news. And now I got to deal with all the backlash because of a decision that I made because I was trying to take care of my mental health. Yeah, I'm not playing for y'all.
yeah. Yeah. But see,
That's
that's the
it. And
reason why I said
now they
that.
want to take, if people want to take a stand, then there shouldn't be no more black people playing tennis for the rest of the tournament.
Right.
This is
Right. And the
where
reason why I
this is
said that
where
too is
if we're gonna do the black shit, then everybody black that's cool, like how Serena already spoke about it. Then Serena, but she lost, so she's not
right.
playing. So, but like you should, what are we playing for? If nobody even cares about the mental health aspect,
Exactly.
if you get in trouble for that, then
They
what the
don't.
fuck am I playing for you? You're gonna lose more by her not playing. Because there's people that actually want to see this young girl as she watch be a part of her history. There's people that
Yeah.
watch Serena become Serena. Those people
Yeah.
you can't rob that they got to experience nobody can have experience.
Yeah. Because
We've
Serena
seen
gonna be Serena
Serena.
regardless.
We've seen Serena on TV, but there's some
Trying
people
to
that
pass
would
it
pay
over.
that pay to see these people, and now they don't get to see her. So even no matter who wins, it's not even real because you still ain't beat the best. Somebody's gonna get a free win. They're gonna be overexcited. Everybody's gonna talk about them like she took down every opponent, and it's because homegirl stepped down because she would have
Yeah.
smoked their ass.
Yeah.
I watched her play tennis. She didn't just beat Serena. She smoked Serena every time she
Yeah.
played Serena. She
Yeah.
smoked her. That's what she did.
That's
She
why
is
I
the
think there's
next.
more going on here. But like you said, the important part is her mental health. But
Yep.
that's not how the world works. They don't really give a shit about her mental health. They care about the
And
politics
that's
and what they can make it look like and what sells. And sometimes,
why I
like
be getting
me saying she's
upset.
black and Asian may have a part to do with it. Because you put a whole white person there. I've been watching stuff. A white person say they have mental health, and we drop everything and we focus about their mental health. I'm gonna use Bruce Jenner as an example, right? He came out, I'm a woman,
It
you know
don't
what I
count.
mean? And then he got an award, right? But right before that, he had just killed some. I don't want to say it like that. He had just been in an accident where someone's life was taken, and then he was like, "I'm a woman," and they just kind of forgot about that. But that would have never happened if that was a black person, or if you had any bits of black in you. It would have never happened. And so, like race, sometimes I think I'm not as much as it shouldn't. That should be playing a part in it. It may not be right, but some people that's their thinking is, and then some people like to vilify and like to color people this way. This girl's mental health, nobody gives a shit about. She's a product to them, which is not okay because mental health is a huge topic. It's like we were just talking about this shit earlier. Like mental health is not a crime. No one should feel bad for it, but it needs to be addressed because people lose their lives. You know what I mean? Dealing with like it's your mental health is your mental, And so I think that people should be standing up for her versus vilify her. Including
And
Serena.
that's
How she
why
feel about this?
it really doesn't matter. Listen, a lot of the tennis players have her back because some of them have gone through the same thing. It's just that they're making it a big deal. Like, listen, let this girl get her mind right, and when she's ready to play, she'll come back.
Yeah.
They
That's
don't
it.
care about
That's
young.
Yeah.
They don't care about young entertainers. They didn't care about
Mm-hmm.
none of the young entertainers, white or black, from all the TV shows we grew up watching. All of them peak motherfuckers had drug addictions and mental health issues from different strokes. All the characters, even the white girl, everybody, mad. They talk about it all the time. People that didn't make it, they like to talk about it after the fact. All these people were suffering, man. Robin Williams was suffering. We all knew Robin. Sometimes we even wondered if he even realized if he was even Robin Williams and not just that character that he was playing. So Jim Carrey went through it. Fucking the dude from Seinfeld went through it. People don't care
Shit,
about mental
fucking
health. They
Dave
don't care.
Chappelle went
They
through
don't
it.
care if you. They don't, as long as you're an entertainer, as long as you're an entertainer, man, they don't give a fuck. They don't want
Yeah,
to hear. They want you to be like a cartoon character.
yeah. Dave
Always
Chappelle
there,
talked about
always
his.
going. They don't give a fuck about it. That's
Yeah.
why I don't trust when everybody be like, "Yo, we making donations to this and this and this." You are hypocrites. So that donation, y'all already calculated how it's gonna go, and y'all know you're gonna get the. It's not. Nothing is genuine, man. I don't think nothing is genuine these days. Trying to recreate genuine and or and like trying to do anything that people all the changes that people want will never happen if you
I
don't just
think
start creating.
individuals are
If you don't create your
individuals.
own world, your world will
Yeah,
never be as nice as the way that people talk about. Oh, if we unite, you're
yeah.
never gonna have
I
a
think
united
people are
world like
people, but when you involve like the networks and like television and music and stuff, I think that's all manipulated and not genuine. And people are people, and sometimes they get colored incorrectly. Like they get, you know what I mean, the light that they shine on them we aren't really who they are. And we see they show the bad parts of them, and we don't even realize that this person is like Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. That's those twins right there. I listened to their story, what they went through, because they turned out to be everybody's calling them crack whores. You know what I mean? But they went through a lot of shit, especially being young childhood stars and stuff like all of that there. But genuine and authentic people, I truly believe there is. But when you intertwine it with the entertainment business, yeah, you're pretty fucked. Unless you're creating like your own, like you said, basically striving to build your own shit. Oh,
man, fuck that. I hope she don't play. I hope she take a year off.
yeah,
I just
stand
And
for
then
something.
sometimes you just gotta
so
take a stand. Like that's it, man.
Yeah,
People
so
gotta feel like
so to continue with the mental health thing, Ricky Martin just talked about he has PTSD, whatever, PTSD
yes,
from when he did the interview with Barbara Walters, and she just came out and just said, "Listen, why don't you just come and tell us, are you gay or are you straight?
oh
Just tell
well,
us the
what
truth, huh?"
was that when he got caught in the fishnet picture?
That's Oscar. Isn't that Oscar De La Hoya who got
Oh
caught in
yeah,
the
yeah,
fish?
yeah, yeah, yeah. My bad. These niggas is weird. I mean,
So
talking about
no,
Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin is shaking bomb bomb and stuff like that. Menudo.
oh,
And
oh yeah, 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 yeah. I
and
forgot.
it was always the question was always, is he gay? Is he gay? And
Yeah,
when he did the interview with Barbara Walters, he felt like she blindsided him with that question. Like, why do I have to
Yeah,
answer that question? Why is that anyone's business?
right.
And after he like, and it caused him so much stress because he didn't announce till 10 years later that he was gay. And he's like, yo, maybe if I should have come out then, and maybe I wouldn't have gone through all the shit I went through in those 10 years, having that stress. Because he says once he did come out, if he was liberated, and
yeah,
so he's like, maybe I should have come out then, but it still was none of that question was inappropriate. He felt, and it really drained him. Like he said, he's going to PTSD, whatever, and it's just so many. Now you have all these celebrities, and it's not just them, man. And within the last year, I've had friends who's lost kids because they've committed suicide.
Yep.
It's been a trying time this year. It's been high amount of suicides because of the lockdown and because of everything we're going through.
Yep. I know a lot of kids committed suicide. A lot of young teenagers committed suicide this year. I had friends that their kids they had to take to the hospital because they attempted. They weren't successful. Some were.
And that's because as parents, some parents don't even recognize what like we
Maybe
talk
in some
we talk
situations.
mental health. We talk mental health, right? So it's
But this
okay.
is
It's
something nobody
cool.
experienced before.
It's cool. There's mad excuses.
You know what I mean?
It's just life.
I
Like
call it
some
being
things come with
human.
it.
I can't blame somebody for their child taking their life and say you missed, you dropped the
No,
ball.
listen, I'm not
You know what I
blaming
mean?
nobody. I'm not blaming nobody for the child taking their life. I'm saying we are so out of touch with our. There's so many people out of touch with their children, and COVID didn't make it any better. So now you're sitting around and realize we don't have nothing to talk about. You could care less what I do. You start
Yeah.
feeling alone when you home and
Listen,
everybody's home and you still feel alone. So as a parent, we are we've let society dilute the bond of a family. We let society dictate and put us. We focus so much on trying to solve and fix other shit that the bond of a family has been distorted. A real bond, like conversations
son. Well, think
without
about
like
it. Think about it. One of the first
like
things.
just think about how
One of the first things
no
parents
matter
do is put
what
a tablet in front of their kids. Put a tablet in front of
the,
the
the,
kids to distract them.
Yeah,
so like the
that's
the
the
time
last
that
thing you want to do.
The time that I've learned to put into making sure that me and Taino always have a moment of conversation or make sure he understands why I'm saying what I'm saying or like to let him understand that to let him be a part of whatever I'm doing go wherever I'm going that that's something that we used to get as kids
Yeah.
when they used to have the softball club, and we used to always go for every weekend to go watch play softball as a family. Like, and you get to know your family, you get to know your cousins, you
Yeah.
have that. That wasn't a wait till Christmas. That wasn't a wait till Thanksgiving. That wasn't a wait till a birthday party. That was
That was a
every
weekly thing.
weekend.
Yeah.
We
It was
was
every
going to do
weekend.
something as a family. That's not going on now. So because we allowed society and what comes with social media, where people are so addicted to social media, their kids ain't important. They don't care. If their kids get bad in school, it's not what. Let me see what I could do to help. It's why the fuck are you being bad? There's
Okay.
no real participation
That's
like that.
so, and that's very valid. Very valid.
Yeah, it
But
is because
for everybody, like my friend Glenda, her daughter she started speaking deaf. Now, Glenda, you guys met her on this show when she was in the audience, talking. We were talking about how we, go to the Capitol and we, were
Yeah.
advocating and
Yeah.
stuff. That one, yeah. Like her kids, like she's very family oriented. She always like talks to her children and stuff. What I could say is that we all experienced this for the first time all around the world. You know what I mean? When we first shut down, when they said school, when we were waiting to see if we were going back to school, and they said no, I said first thing I did was do a podcast. I said, okay, they're going to be online a lot more, so now you're going to have to limit their time online because now they're going to school online. I know how bullying works, inside, outside, cyberbullying, and then I knew physical, like they weren't going to have that social because during recess and stuff, we promote social activity. That's the best thing they love about school is socializing with their friends. You know what I mean? And I knew that was going to be a problem. Like with her, she talks to her kids and stuff, but that isolation and only being with your family for so long and you can't go and see your friends. When I was in class, when we first went to distance learning online, we did that before the new year started. I saw some of my students, the ones that were like those students that were like outgoing and stuff, just sink away. I would pay attention because I knew how I felt as a teacher. I was trying to find my place because I was so used to hands on and like yeah, that's all I did was just plan for the next day and like thrive off of working with my students. So these kids love going to go see their friends and they love everything about school. You know what I mean? Being with their teacher, being in the classroom, going to recess and stuff. And I saw some of the like most greatest students just kind of just shut down. They looked sad. They looked depressed. They didn't understand it. You know what I mean? And some of them had their parents right there, and and I know a lot of the parents, I mean, are that family oriented thing. But like when you're used to something and you take it away, that's important to children. That social aspect. Like people
Yeah.
minimize the things that make a kid function. That's everything to them. And I watched them just fall apart. They just wasn't feeling this distance shit at all whatsoever. And then the fear, and then
Listen,
the ones that were getting ready to go to college or stuff, they just felt like, what the fuck is my future now? You know?
listen. This past weekend was an example for us because this is the first time we had gotten together in a long time as a family, and we were still missing a lot of us. But it was a great experience. It was a great feeling because that's what we're used to. I'm saying, like he said, when we was growing up, we always went to family events. We always had something going on as a family. And so with this year, like prior to COVID, we had so many different plans. Like we had really started getting back with our cousins and started making plans like, yo, we're gonna do road trips as cousins, and all these things started. We're going to like into planning, and then COVID hit, and we had to drop everything.
Yeah.
Couldn't go nowhere. We couldn't go see no one because we're all over the country. We're all over the East Coast. We have cousins in Jersey. We have cousins in Florida. We have cousins in VA. We have cousins in Massachusetts. We're all over the East Coast. So we were planning on going on to Jamaica, or one of the trips was going to Vegas, and because we wanted to get back to being a family, being able to spend time with each other, being able to do things and hang out and get to really know each other again.
Yeah.
And then within that year, this is the last year we haven't been able. But again, when we got together this past weekend, it was just it's just like you realize how much you miss this, and it was great, man. Just being able to. Diana was running around with his cousins, and we was just chilling, joking, drinking, eating, just having a blast. And we really that's what we truly trying to get back to.
And this is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's not, and this is what I'm saying. It's not me and the family under my roof. It's the you we society has took it to the point where family don't fuck with family. And if family don't fuck with family, that's something you are adding to the mental health of that child. Because now he don't even know what he's distorted from family. You can't trust friends, you can't fuck with family. I'm stuck. And one person, one household can't raise a child. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. One household cannot raise a child in this society. You
So when you
need
have COVID, you know what I mean?
you
You
need
can't really
all
do
right.
anything about
And
that.
COVID means
Prior and
COVID was
afterwards.
COVID. Look, and COVID don't count for the people who didn't believe in COVID or believe it was a conspiracy.
Mm,
COVID didn't count.
make sure everybody
I
didn't
didn't go
believe
outside.
COVID.
I didn't go outside
This
wearing a mask. I was
this is the
dealing with
most
customers. I was dealing with customers the whole COVID, maskless, because I didn't believe in that shit. I didn't. So I was going to my people's cribs. My peoples that I think took it.
not
I
everybody
have
thought
people
it was
that
that way.
and this is what I'm saying. So my son
This is
could
the most distance I've ever been from family. Like this year. Like I haven't seen anybody. So what does that tell me? They believe in the whole COVID thing because, like you said, You guys used to have like family events to do that and do this. Mine started to kind of die off when the matriarchs died off. But we still, my uncles were still keeping stuff alive. But as soon as COVID happened, like I was just telling somebody earlier today, I said I feel kind of like alone. And that's not the only reason why I say, I want to come and see where you guys are at, is because it showed me who my real people are. Like for instance, we have business, makes sense, but I went through this whole experience for the first time. Like we've never experienced this with you guys through this whole COVID experience. So we got close and we experienced all this together. So it makes me feel like I have a unit. You know what I mean? No matter what, that's gonna be there. I'm not saying my family's not there, 'cause I could probably be doing a little bit better. I don't know, but they're wherever are they? And I know that times come where things will separate people. This shit here, this pandemic, have separated families. Grandfather just cursed me out the other day. My son's grandfather lost his mind. My son did that too. Listen to why I didn't do it. All he heard was I didn't do it, and he went on. And I was like, "Where's the conversation here? Where's the respect for my choice? Like I respect your choice." So I see this as a separation. You know what I mean? And so I understand that people need people to, like, when you have children, you can't like raise them. You know what I mean? Like, because I always wanted my son to have what I had growing up. We grew up like together, and I noticed even before COVID, year before that, he still didn't have what we had because everybody was dying. And the more people died, the less people were coming together to do those family things. And my aunt had that talk with me before she died about how to keep the family together. So, then shortly after, here came COVID. And the reason why my son even has a strong family connection is mainly with his dad's side of the family. Because mine is kind of like, and we could be right around the fucking corner from one another. Like, my family's like everywhere, but it's so many of us right here in San Diego that it's crazy to me. And I just want my son to be able to have the safety and have the youth and have men around him. He'll never have what I had. Maybe not, but he doesn't have it now. And ever since 2020, he hasn't had it. So I clearly understand that because I had.
There's no blame to nobody. It's just society just is good. Society works well, man. The government works well, man.
Yeah, they're geniuses.
They throw shit at
Evil,
you, and then
evil
you
geniuses.
gotta either have you just gotta recognize it to even know that it's a setup,
Yeah.
or it's just like what's the end result? There's everything has a bottom line. So when it comes to how they handle COVID, there was a bottom line. When it came to how they're gonna start implementing new laws and shit to go according to what they learned from this whole pandemic shit, it's gonna happen. And then you're gonna have to figure it out. They just leave you to figure it out. They say everything is in your best
Play the
interest, but
game.
there's always a bottom line. So as long as you know, and there's easy ways not to even play the game. It's just to find yourself somewhere and sit the fuck out.
I think so.
Pull a Naomi. You find somewhere and then you just sit the fuck out. All right, cool. I had fun in this game of the American dream shit. This American dream shit is a killer, man.
Did they find
The
her? You said they
American
find her
dream.
for that shit?
Yo, the American dream
15,000.
cost. Yeah, they did 15,000.
It costs to take
Not
care of
that
yourself,
it,
huh?
not that it was any sweat, because she made a nice little chunk change last year. But the audacity of you to not even care. That's like saying you don't give a fuck if I come with a doctor's note. My doctor came and said, "Yo, because of my what is it? Because of your mental to help you with what you're struggling with and work on your mental health. Here's a note saying that you cannot speak to the press." The difference between her saying she was trying to manage her mental health and a doctor writing on the note saying, hey, because if their doctors say that, which is their doctors, say that you need a couple of days off, then it's not an issue. But if you say you need a couple of days off because you know what you're dealing with, stuff that the world didn't even know you were suffering with. Sometimes it's I'm glad that people could just say mental health now, not feel shame. I'm glad that it's okay for people to start questioning and and wanting to know if there's anything. So this is all good. But at the end of the day, man, when you sign on a dotted line, man, they own you. It's just like a job, man. You got to figure it out how to work and make sure that you are not the one that they view as the one. There's always a list of people that in any world where they just you skipped over. It's levels. So government has the president, whoever's over the president, who's ever under the president, then us. It's us, and then whoever's in our circle, and then everybody. And then you look at it that way, and you just gotta like keep it where you are comfortable to talk about your mental health with someone. Now you're surrounding yourself with people that understand or can at least acknowledge that they understand they may not be fully aware, but they understand that mental health is serious. Because everybody you speak to now, how you pick and choose who you talk to can affect your mental health in some aspect. Chip away at something that you've been working on for years. So you still want to make sure you surround yourself with people like that. It's mental health shit, it's government shit, everything, but people are really suffering. And
People need to be educated too,
it helped me look at myself. It
especially
helped me look at
kids.
myself, my
People are
decision.
bipolar. People have
It helped me learn more about myself through COVID
depression.
and podcasting helped me learn more about myself. So, and like I told her, this is therapy for me, podcasting. Other than that, I wouldn't do it. But it do feel good to be able to just share some shit. And maybe not, maybe it may feel good to share it, know that people are listening, and at the same time, you get a break before you have to answer anything that I say. Even as a podcaster, you get a break before you have to go and deal with whatever misinterpretation or anything that come from podcasting. When we part from here, that's our break, and that's what Naomi needed. Before you go sit in front of the camera, you need a break. It's just not right. Like to just come out of work,
Like
be hard at work, and then sit here and not even take a good shower, not soak, not make sure that I enjoy this win. No, I gotta take a quick ass shower in this fucking dumbass building, and then I gotta stand here and yes, it was wonderful. When you did the backstroke, what was you thinking, bitch? When? Like when? This this is how I want to answer these questions. You just told me what you saw, what you thought I was thinking. She's gonna kick my ass if I don't get this shit. Like, what the fuck? I don't know why you want somebody to talk and be mad respectful and oh America. Nah, she's a young girl and we are putting so much on her as a role model. She's a young girl still. At the end of the day, she's still a kid. She came in this game way early. Sabrina, I mean, Serena, all of them came in this game early, man. They was kids. No adult should have been talking to them the way they was talking to them. Not a reporter. None of that shit. Looking for them to say something that they can hang over their
What they
head
sign
10
up
years
for.
later. Nah, man, we gotta do better by our kids. We gotta do better by our
The
kids.
parents gotta be minor get
And
into
this is
the
what I'm
entertainment
saying.
business.
The parent was doing right by her
If
with
you
the kid.
sign into this world,
But she's you can't cover everything when you're not just the parent, you're the trainer, you're the motivator. I'm grooming you so you can get me out of this house. So everything else don't count. Common sense, reality, nothing else counts when it comes to some of these.
it don't.
Why do you think everybody villainize these parents of greatness? Not even that. Is that these parents of black parents of greatness get vilified for how we make them get to greatness. You ain't gonna never know what Tom Brady dad did to make Tom Brady Tom Brady. You're never gonna know. So it's just we just got outside noise, man. We gotta leave the outside noise alone. We just gotta, as raising our kids, the outside noise, man, the media, the wanting to be popping. Like, you gotta leave that shit alone, or our kids are lost, man. Our kids are lost now. You know what retirement is gonna look like for me? I probably won't be able to retire till like I'm 80. There's nobody working. There's nobody going to. We need these Mexicans back, man, and the Haitians. I mean, we gotta bring. Nobody's working, so there's nothing going into your retirement like that. Like, you're gonna have. There's gonna be a big difference on what you get back and what the last. These people that retire now that I've talked to say still ain't enough. Like, yeah, they make good investments, but the actual just the retirement, it ain't good. You can't live in America off of
That's why you
retirement.
have to
That's why
have
you have to
investments.
have.
That's why you have to have investments. So that when you do retire, you still have other forms of income coming in.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's like, fuck it. I'd rather just go. We might as well just go hard trying to do whatever the fuck we trying to do. Because waiting on
Yeah.
retirement, I might fucking not even be able to spend it. I might
I was
not
just
even
talking to
make it.
Audrey
I
about this
might
before we
fucking,
came in here.
yeah, like everything is,
Like I
look,
was saying, when I was telling you earlier, like I was telling you earlier, how I felt that worked. Like with now that we're fully opened and we're at full capacity, it's like I'm feeling a certain kind of way because I had this dude at my table, his mask down, and the dude is like coughing and shit. Like, dude, cover your fucking mouth.
you almost relapse too. See, my mental health is fucked up. And I be trying to tell. Listen, but I notice it now. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody can't. That's let me
That's
clarify
crazy.
something. To not minimize anything. I don't want to minimize anything. I think I say it a lot and don't really explain it. There's levels to the mental health. So some people could not recognize it, not know what it is, suffer from it. Some people go get help for it because they don't know how to deal with it. And then there's some people that just are able to sit back, look at, review the situation, and then figure
Or
out
just deal
where
with
I'm.
it.
So therapy helped me enough to that, and I never really been somebody that was down on myself per se. But there was a time where I, because I wasn't in a spot that I viewed seeing somebody else in, I questioned my ability to even be able to get to that spot. So
I think it's
I
deeper than
entertained
that. Like
those.
some people
So
got
I
bipolar shit.
so nah, but I'm saying I'm
You
just
got
talking about.
DID,
I'm
you
just clarifying. I'm just clarifying like
Look what the
what
cat dragged
what
in.
I
Oh shit.
no. Yo, I'm just clarifying what my what I've learned from dealing with my mental
know.
health issue, or what I
Yeah.
deem, or what I've recognized as something that's I. It's not easy to kick certain thoughts. It's not easy to kick certain things that's been imprinted in you from youth. I thought about this today heavy I thought about it when it came to me and you spoke on it briefly, Brandy, with the relationships where I was raised in a house as a youth to crack whores sleeping at the table and on couches. This is me getting up to brush my teeth to go to school in the morning, knowing that they was prostitutes, knowing that every time I even peeked under the table, I just see pussy. Like, I always saw pussy. There's things so as growing up, I'm always wondering why I have a disconnect when it comes to love, or the love that they say, like the happy love, like Wize, my boy B, the love. I always knew that this was something that it's never been me to like. It just wasn't. purposely that I didn't want to connect with women. I always wanted to connect with women. It wasn't purposely that I viewed women always wanting something in return. There was always, I never thought nothing was for free. So, but that's the way and now I can understand that's something that I would have never knew played so much and everything. Always wondered why. Damn, I'm a hot nigga, and I say this because this is how I feel. I'm a hot nigga. I shouldn't be alone. I know that I don't have to be alone, but I've been in relationships where I can't deal with the back and forth. That's not me. It's not. We don't listen to each other when we yelling. We don't even sit there and try to re-talk it after we done yelling. You just move on from it. It's never settled with me. I don't. There's things that communication that really is important. I understand that now for my mental health. It has to be important. It has to be on site. It has to be. Don't hold it for fucking mad long, or it destroys you. I was being destroyed in this crib. I didn't even realize it. Yo, this nigga. I just had. Yo, this is why I said I almost relapsed, man, because I was so angry to the point where I wanted to punch a nigga in his face. I'm standing in my fucking crib in my hallway, and the nigga that I'm talking to, I really on my son's life. I had to stare out the window, in the back window of my whatever you call that shit, like they're going out the back. I stood and just stared out the window and heard this nigga's voice. He's still talking. He knows that I'm on fucking 1,000 right now, but I did it to myself, yo, because I'm overextending. I'm overextending with this "We Are the Village" shit. I'm overreaching. I'm reaching, and like I honestly believe it. If you don't see it, it's just cool. And then now it's maybe not your shit. It sounds good. It's cool. And then as time grows and as you go through whatever you go through, it may not be your shit. And if it's not your shit, then cool. This nigga here just, and it's just, I'm overextending to him. Mad people told me not to do it. I try to be a different nigga, good nigga. I'm on some new shit. And I really couldn't afford that stress to the point where it had me like really in a slump. There was mad times that I didn't want to podcast on Thursday. There was mad times I don't even want to fucking turn on none of this shit. Because, but I mean, I go to work by the time, and I think all that shit while I'm working, busting it out. And then when I get out of work, I could deal with a lot of shit more. I could deal with more shit. So I was using work to deal with it. But that day that I came to the point where I wanted to punch that nigga in his face, and he felt that energy, he ain't say a word to me. Not a word to me. He didn't even ask me for a ride. I watched that nigga walk, and I drove right past his ass. You see what I'm saying? Like, I felt great after that. And I had to go, and I purposely after that, I had to run to my son just to fucking hug him. Cause that's how much I wanted to fucking really do some more violent shit. Like that's how much, that's to the point where I was at. And I felt bad because that's I fuck with that nigga. And I know he's a stupid nigga. And I know he's gonna keep running down this stupid ass alcohol lane that he's in. But that's my nigga. So it hurt me more. It hurt me way more. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think it hurts a nigga as much as it hurts me. And that's what I'm struggling with. That's my mental shit right there. I don't think nobody understands how I start wondering how many people go to sleep good when the nigga they fuck with is not good. I that's where my head's been. It's just it's and my baby mother, my sons, like everybody go to sleep good. And the nigga, nobody cares about what I'm doing, how I'm doing to get shit done. Am I sleeping good? I'm happy. I believe that where I'm the trajectory is fucking gonna be great by the end of the year. I don't see nothing derailing my goals for the end of this year. But I don't sleep good. And mad people sleep good. And that's what I be struggling with because I learned to accept that it's not that's not for me to put on nobody. That type of what what and this is what I'm this is the thing, this is why I'm so comfortable with not I asked I can you can't Wise can't tell you the last time I asked them anything business about Real Wise. Paperwork, anything. Because I know no matter what we've been through, and from family, friends, everybody I spent, there's a handful of people that when I was a dick, yeah, they might not fuck with me, but once I finish being a dick, it's like I never was a dick when we get together. You understand what I'm saying? Like that type of shit that when you try to pass that on to people, you feel let people feel that energy. When you was a dick, I may not fuck with you, but the love was there, and now that you back, let's fuck with each other. But you got to remember now, the space I'm in is still different because I don't see nothing. I've accomplished everything that I think I've had to, that I was able to do in my life as far as women running around, chasing money, doing nothing with the money you get, blowing it as fast as you get it. All that I did, had fun with it. I can write books about it, wrote books about it. But that distance of family is what we has been the downfall of many of us up here. Because many of us was family born, family bred. And we already knew that as long as we had family, whatever we wanted to do, we could do because everybody had input on what you wanted to do. You always went. There's always been a chain of command when it came to doing businesses or came to any schemes. There's always been somebody you question whether they gave you the proper advice or not. Is to be judged later. But there's always somebody that I've always turned to when in doubt. A male that I could always turn into when in doubt. That gave me like I could just forget because I was lost because I wasn't feeling right. So it's just it's mad important to know what you're to deal with whatever you struggle with. And I've been dealing with it, yo, because I that nigga is so lucky that I am a different nigga. That's to the point that I think I was with him. And I told him, I said, I let nigga, my son, everything I'm doing right now is so that this nigga don't gotta struggle, nigga. You killed the vibe, and I warned you about the vibe that was going on here. You was killing the vibe, man. You was fucking up the vibe. I can't sleep good, but you sleeping good. And that's what I mean. You killing my vibe, the nigga that's helping you, and then you get to go about your way and chill and have your live your fucking stupid life. And I gotta deal with feeling like I'm being played, feeling like there's a lot more weight on my back than it needs to be. I could pay my rent. When you come here, yeah, it makes it now if I'm paying my rent and you just here in and out, no contribution. Now I'm feeling heavy. I sleep fucked up. I look at my son. I can't tell my son no. There's another mouth here eating shit. I can't tell my son no. It's my fault. And that's where the fucking rage comes. Cause I'm telling people to leave me the fuck alone if they not with. I don't care. I love niggas, but I don't fuck with none of the niggas that's out here. All my niggas I call bros. When you have we since I've been podcasting, when have you seen a bro in here besides the nigga from downstairs? We not on the same shit. I respect it. My man hit me up today, yo, I'm at rookies. That's all I get is texts. I'm at rookies. They don't say, yo, why you don't come out? They don't joke with me like that. None of that. At the same time, I judge a lot of shit that they do too. Like I judge certain things. I judge responses. I'm always quick to, yo, you need something, you good, you good, you good. That don't is just lately I realized that ain't it's not balanced. And that stresses me. I realize that stresses me. I let a lot of dumb shit stress me. I honestly promise you, I talk to people every day. I don't got a therapist right now, but I do have people that I can openly just cry to without crying. And they good people and they give me solid advice. And they don't really give me advice. They just give me different ways to look at shit. And that shit has been helping me, yo. You'd be surprised, Wize. You'd be surprised, Brandy. You'd be surprised, B. This shit has been after talking to people, man. I've been dealing with this shit for a while. Wow, like there's so much shit that so mental health. I'm glad that I'm just happy that it's easy. Like me saying it, I feel good. It don't make me less of a nigga. It don't make me less of a nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Back then, I was nigga. Oh, you bugged up. You crazy. Oh, you soft. Oh, you just man, you whatever. There's always something that you would have heard just coming out saying some shit like, yo, in my head, I just can't get it right for a minute. I'm struggling with this. But now it's easy. So listen, I promote it. I say, yo, listen, if you can't afford a therapist, man, if you ain't got a good friend that you could really cry on their shoulders, because that's what a therapy for me, that's a therapy. I don't cry, I get angry. So talking to somebody to keep the fucking teapot from whistling is cool. And if you don't got
Get it
people
out.
that in your circle you can talk to like that and share some real shit and be vulnerable,
Yeah.
then you ain't got you surrounding you ain't got the right people in your circle.
Yeah.
Like you might have good people in your circle, but it might not be the right people for what you're struggling with.
Mm.
And now that I know what I struggle with, I just know that I gotta really be cautious with how I move from now on because hey, I don't sleep good. It's not fair that I don't fucking sleep good, man. I don't fucking think about that shit. I sleep 4 hours just to get up and work. To be a father. I don't get no fucking me time, man. When I talk to y'all, this is my me time. After this, I'm going to bed or my son is here and we rocking. And I'm not going to bed and I'll be going to work on 2 hours or 3 hours of sleep. I don't sleep good. I sleep to work. I sleep to get up and make money. I sleep to get up and accomplish these goals. I don't sleep just to relax, man. I don't work tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to sleep. I don't
Sleep
work
is needed.
tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to sleep. But
Oh, you don't work
That
tomorrow?
helps with mental health. Is resting and
but I'm not
sleeping
gonna be
good. It helps
resting.
your mental health.
I'm not gonna rest. This is what I'm saying. It sounds good. This is what I'm struggling with. It sounds good. I
Yeah.
will go to sleep right now, and I will wake up with feeling heavy still. So I'm not resting. I'm not resting. I'm sleeping. I'm not resting. My body is not resting. My mind is not resting.
Yeah.
I don't have dreams. I fucking wake up thinking shit. I text y'all out of the blue or even at work just thinking of shit. I'm at work installing fucking dishwashers and text y'all links. This is what like I don't rest. I don't rest. That's what I'm trying to work on. Like being up and like that's what that weekend was. That's what last weekend was, man. I rested. I didn't care when I fell asleep. I didn't when I woke up, it wasn't like I was getting joked on. They just like I had fun and rested. And that was family. It was the energy. It was just happiness. It was just nobody over working hard to be happy. If you didn't have to come. You know what it is. Air mattresses on the floor, on the couch, auntie, uncles, you know
Everywhere.
how we sleeping.
People
You know how we
everywhere.
sleeping. So when you come there, it's like, oh, I'm a kid again. I don't gotta make coffee. I don't gotta do dishes.
Right.
But a grown man, what? That shit, even us as men need that. Hi, mine. Hi, Wella. Hi, Titi. And they just feed you. That's what we don't do now. Niggas don't walk in the
Yeah.
crib and they aunt has just got plates for whoever walks in the door. You, your friends, just plates. We used to do that back in the days. Your mom, who's coming by after 6? 5 people? Okay. And then everybody already have a plate. You don't feed nobody and say, hey, I ain't making enough. Like that was these is just certain things. That's why I don't even know how to cook a little bit. I waste more food than anybody. I make a pot of rice for like 6 people just for me and my son. And we don't eat it after 2 days. So that's how I know how to cook. So that if whoever walked through my door, here you go, a plate. Here's a plate. I'm never gonna be yo. I ain't making enough. Nigga going up on a stove, man. It's chicken, it's steak, it's fucking rice, it's beans. Yo, this pot, this like you know. So I'm just learning to just learning where's your center? What centers you? I know going to PA centered me. So I know PA trips is gonna be more often. And that's what I mean when I say, yo, I'm going to PA like every chance I get. Because you need that after hard weeks of work. You need to just
I'm
go
happy.
somewhere where you just I didn't even answer my phone. My phone, yo, that I did. One, I'm glad that I got rid of social media off
Yo,
my
we
phone.
didn't honestly. We didn't get on this. We didn't get on the computer.
We
Nothing.
didn't
I
get
know.
on,
Me
we
neither,
didn't
but I
get
dipped in
on
just to make sure I
shit.
wasn't. And I did
We
see.
didn't
I
do
seen you
anything
sleep on
all
I
weekend. The
Yo,
whole
we
weekend
did
we didn't
not,
do
I
shit.
dipped there.
yo, we did not get on shit. Yo,
I didn't
when the
want to
ladies
come in
said,
and see y'all.
yo, when the ladies was like, yo, I do not eat
And I
pork.
wasn't there.
I do not pork. Look, I do not eat pork. I do not allow pork products in my crib. I'm one of them motherfuckers. When those women of the family said, yo, it was mad early. It was like 11 o'clock. They were like, yo, cuz, want some ribs. Man, I was outside. I went outside in the rain, everything, turned on the grill. I'm grilling my cousin and the pork ribs. Season it, basting it, making sure that my name is on it, so it gotta taste good. You know what I'm saying? Yo, cooking pork ribs, never would do that anyway. But that it's just, it was
I
nothing.
do at least once a month.
No, I'm
I was
talking
gonna say,
about
baby,
nigga.
what?
I don't cook it.
I
Nigga,
know
I
you
don't
don't
do.
eat it. I know. I know how
I
people
never.
that don't fuck with
Yo,
pork
son, that
feel
was the
about fucking
first
with it.
time, nigga. That's the first time I cooked it in years. But because of realizing that I needed that family trip. I did everything. I couldn't afford that family trip. I spent $2,300 on a fucking car.
Yo,
Wiped out everything. And when I went down there, still spent money. Still
mm-hmm.
spent money. And you know what it was though? Came back feeling like I fucking was the greatest, like it was the greatest weekend of my life.
Mm-hmm. You
That
talking
was
about
the
this
best
weekend?
weekend. What? Son,
I hear
I
you.
spent money down there. I bought tents. I was just balling like I am broke. I'm broke right now. Like completely broke. Told my landlord she gonna have to talk to me next week. Like, yo, we broke. Yo, but I came back feeling no weight. I even fixed the flat on the way back. And wasn't bitch. So we out of here, nigga. We ain't gonna get stuck on exit 19. Bang, threw the donut on and drove here. Like that car just been a headache for me. But without that car and all that fucking shit I did, I want to have that weekend right there. That
Mm.
weekend was a blast, nigga. I didn't want to come
You
back.
deserve
Like honestly, I thought about moving to PA. That weekend, that
Wize was all
energy,
partied up.
yo,
That
the energy, the weekend,
Listen,
your
I don't
party.
even
just
drink like
hanging
that
out,
anymore.
yo, just hanging
I
out
don't
with the
drink like that
cousins.
anymore.
Yo, we was hanging out with
And
third.
I was drinking my ass off.
He was hanging out with
Nasty.
George's baby girl. That's her adult now, nigga. Yo, B,
Yeah.
We was hanging out with my cousin George, little daughter.
Okay.
That's grown now, nigga. Like this
Uh-huh.
was mad generations. Something beautiful feeling. If I knew everything, that's what I knew. Sometimes I always knew my grandma.
George was
Like
there?
that, Pete,
Nah,
nah.
nah.
But the family comes, yo. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You never know which cousin you're gonna run into.
That's right.
Like it's a
That's right.
guarantee that me, Ricky, will pop up. After that, Jolie comes when she want, cause Jolie was there. Fucking and George's niece comes like that. I didn't even like everybody just connecting again, like mad. But that's what I'm saying. Certain people, the COVID didn't do nothing but reconnect shit tighter. It didn't break. There's loose links, and then there's links that just get tightened. And COVID tightened a lot of links that was loose. That was real loose. Like I got some links. Like I'm cooler with people now that the links was like you wondered the shit was just still even connected. You be like, oh shit. But like I said, I'm just working on just being able to get to sleep. Like all
All
the
right.
bullshit aside. So mental health is
And on
serious.
that note,
Gordon, you
we
about to
will
get
be
to sleep
ending
right
this
now.
because listen. On that
Night
note,
night.
we will be ending this because someone does have to go to work. Other niggas might not have to work tomorrow, but some other niggas do. But
I'll be
listen,
working.
Yeah.
I'll be
Work.
we
working.
put we put an hour in on the Patreon, saying we said we was gonna do something for Patreon. Brandy was urging us earlier today. Come on, we gotta do something for Patreon. We gotta do something.
No,
So
let's
here we
tell the
go.
truth before we go.
We got to do a schedule.
Brandy was pressuring us.
Yes.
When it comes
Okay.
So
to
supposed to.
Brandy, Brandy was pressuring
Brandy,
us.
you pressing my people all the way in
Supposed to.
Cali. You pressing them all the
Brandy
way in
We'll
Cali,
get
pressing
baby.
us, right? Brandy
There's
got
more
people under
pressure coming.
pressure.
And if you are pressing quarter is here, we got your back. I got your back on the female stuff. If you
Don't
pressing
tell
it's
Brandy.
fine. Hi, bro. Hi, uncle.
She's freezing
But
up.
I'm just saying, if you pressing them, I got
I
your
mean,
back, girl.
Who's talking?
My
That
lady
was
talking.
that
Brandy.
ain't.
I
Oh, I
Oh,
was
didn't
that's
hear
one.
that.
Wize.
I like. I knew. I knew I
I
was
thought that
hearing
was
another lady's
Brandy. I
I
was
know.
voice.
like, yo,
That was
I
her
knew I
funny
Brandy
wasn't going
voice.
crazy, son.
I knew it was
I
her.
was like,
I
yo,
knew.
I know
I
that's
knew
not
it was
Brandy's
you. I
voice.
knew it was you.
I'm
There
fucking
you go.
tripping right
Yes,
I
now,
knew
yes,
it was
yes.
son.
you.
I'm like, I'm not even
Yo, I
high.
thought
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I'm hearing voices.
You don't
yo,
know
yo,
what
that's why I said, yo, Brandy's freezing. I said, Brandy.
Yeah, like,
The
That's
words
like voice
wasn't
kind of.
I hear
catching my
lady's
mouth.
voice, but I don't see Brandy's lips moving and shit.
Right?
Yes,
I knew it was you. I just couldn't see you.
bro.
What's
Papi
up?
Jae, that's disrespectful.
Who? What happened?
I said Papi Jae, that's disrespectful. You know I can't get that
I
girl.
can't hear for some reason you keep getting low.
Oh,
Yo,
Now
right,
maybe
D,
because
not.
fix this.
I'm not up on the thing.
Oh yeah,
But
you too close.
I'm not trying to be up on the thing.
Yeah,
I
you are.
just wanted to be like, hey, hi.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
I hear high.
my voice. Come on, y'all know my voice. Brandy, I got your back for the ladies when they be trying to like, overpower you and stuff like that.
Oh, Brandy's
I know,
coming to
right? You
visit.
see that?
Brandy's coming to
Yeah.
visit. Let's.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh shit, we letting the Patreon world know. Brandy's coming to visit.
Yeah, all day.
Coming, y'all.
Papi J, I miss
Yeah.
you.
I should have told my son he's
Why?
excited.
I ain't seen you in a
Hey,
minute.
Claudette, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I was like,
I
wait,
said, I know I
what?
wasn't
My
tripping, son. I knew I
birthday?
wasn't tripping. I just didn't think about. I didn't think
You
about
don't even
Claudette. I
hear
just knew I heard a
hear
lady's
a
voice, and I'm
woman's
like, yo,
voice,
what the
son.
Right?
fuck is going on? Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Yo,
like,
Brandy, they
yo, I know
thought
I'm
you
not
was
tripping.
like,
I don't know if it's a wire cross. Like maybe we got a wire cross. Somebody got a message. Like it just. I'm like maybe somebody just
Somebody
I
kind of
playing a
hacked into the
recording.
shit and want us to talk. But like,
I can't with you right now. Brandy, I am your woman spirit from far away. And be like, you hear
Thank
my woman spirit.
you.
If I
I
chime
was
in,
sitting
they
here, I was
can't
like,
hear me. That's what it's about. I'm your from miles away all day.
I appreciate that. And I knew
Oh,
it was your voice. I was like, that sounds like Miss Claudette's
ah!
voice.
I'm glad you're not calling me Miss Bryant or Miss B. I got my
Miss B. Who the fuck calls you Miss B?
Yeah, people that call me Miss B. I'm like, wow, I just lost my
Shit.
whole
I
identity.
would call him Miss
Right.
Claudette before I call you Miss B.
Wize, I love you. I feel
I
you.
hear that.
I don't like that neither. But I love you.
I would call that
sis.
nigga Mr. Claudette before I call you Miss B.
I ain't mad at you. I'm fine with that, B.
I love you.
Mr. Claudette got a nice ring to it, right? Mr.
We
Claudette.
both individuals, so you can call him B.
CN,
Yeah.
nigga. CNB.
Peace out this motherfucker.
CNB. You know what we got? Nah.
We all we got.
I might as well. I might as well share this, man, so they can see
Private
this.
shout out to you, Papi Jae. I hit you.
Oh yeah, I know. I bet. Oh shit! Look at those niggas.
On the phone
Okay.
shit. I'm gonna need you to answer me back.
Fuck the smoke. We want the fire. Fucking right.
Yeah.
I like that.
They gotta
I
pay.
like that. Who thought of that?
Oh, that's nice.
I like that.
Nigga,
Fuck the
but that,
smoke.
I
We
what
did.
want
kind of
fire.
fucking
Yeah, I
question
said
is that, man?
Yeah.
That's
He
that
like, who
I
thought
did.
of
I
that?
did.
What kind of fucking
Yo,
question is that,
Wize,
yo?
I like that.
You're wise.
Okay.
Whoever did, I like that.
Uncle
Wize.
You're
Wise,
welcome.
I
Okay.
like that
How you get
shit
the
for real.
transparent shit?
What?
How you got that transparent?
Oh, yeah, son. Canvas is shit,
You
son.
want to know your secrets?
Canvas is shit.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him.
Don't
If
worry.
we come in the
You know,
village, don't tell him. Don't tell him. Don't.
Oh, I like it. I'm glad I wore the yellow too.
Yeah, I'm be on campus tonight.
Look at Wise over here. Wow, you listen. This is Wise. I'm just Wise woke up, sent me the fire. I was like, oh shit, I am like that. And next thing you know, we just took those pictures this last weekend.
That's dope, though. I like that. That's dope.
Oh, I'm glad I had the military. See, natural. My military.
I like
army,
that
my
flame around that shit and
It
everything.
is.
That's
This your first
dope.
time seeing the pictures, huh?
Yeah, that's my first time seeing that. Yeah, that's dope. I like
I still
that.
didn't even download the pictures to my computer yet. Like
You have
Wise
them.
showed me. I'm like, I know I got them, but I just never. I was like, all right.
Well,
Brandy, the
get
ones
on
I
that.
sent you, you need to put on the webpage, on the Patreon, on the Real Wise production page, and the
You want it on
radio
Real White
page.
TV? You want them both? Okay.
Nah.
Well, get on that because that's fire. I like that.
That's nice, yo. I like that, yo. That you shocked me. This is the first time. See, you always doing shit in secret, nigga.
Dude,
I
sent that shit. I sent that shit in the group chat earlier.
No.
I miss Claudette.
I want the page. No, this is for the Patreon. I want the Patreon to understand.
I'm gonna come back.
I have really, when I say I don't be knowing shit,
I heard you, B.
I really don't be
We
knowing
might
shit.
be in another studio because this is gonna be closed out soon.
All right, but this is
when y'all going pre-production?
Yeah.
Pre-production, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. I'll be on that.
All right.
All
right. So we done on this. We're gonna go to pre-production. I got some stuff I got to do, and then I'll be back. But my Patreon. This is.
I don't be knowing shit, yo. I just learned. Y'all seen my reaction to the picture, just like y'all reaction is. That shit was hot though. So we can leave now.
That's my first time seeing it like that. Yeah.
Peace out, Patreon. I gotta go and talk shit to them in the pre-production.
Peace out. Damn, he didn't even let me in the fucking the broadcast. Peace.